What's up everybody, Arrg the Pirate here, and today I'm going to be playing a little gadget in the mid lane. As always, let's go over the deck. Now I have healing towers, auto shield, experienced, mana fountain, spell shield, and overpowered spells for my gems. Now for my cards, I have Advanced Evolution, Cull the Weak, Font of Experience, Mana Flow Acolyte, Astral Leap, Invader Mage, Atomic Soldier, Shadow Dancer, Awaken the Imric, Corrosive Walker, and lastly Grinning Spectre. Now I am starting a little bit later than I normally do because I had some ad started playing in the background. You know how that happens sometimes. And so there's this blaring music, and I just said, hey, I'm just gonna cut this out instead of having this weird type of ad in the background. So that's why I'm starting a little late, but it's pretty standard stuff so far. Belica is here in mid lane, and we're playing Gadget. So for once we haven't got a Gideon in mid lane, which, man, you've seen him so much lately. I have not been playing Paragon near as much as I used to, just because, hey, it's getting very stagnant with, there's a handful of hero picks, and, it never fails. There's, two of these heroes in every single match. But luckily, we're actually playing a match that really isn't, that standard group. There is actually a Grux in this match, but he ends up running Heavy Hitter and Trapper with Growth Totem, of course, so he's got much more of a fighter build. But, honestly, I think if I was going to build Grux that way, I would still probably go with Deathcrawler or Shatter Golem, something that's going to hit just for tons and tons of damage. Although, that's talking about Grux, and I'm just kind of sick of dealing with him. Now, I do jump down to try to secure that river buff, and you can see Grux heads in, but I do have a little level advantage, so I'm not too terribly worried about taking tons of damage, but I do have to play careful. Belica does rotate over, but, we're able to evade her fairly easy, and we end up securing this blue buff, which is nice. That's what we went there to do. And just having those few little jukes, that worked out very well. Now, I did accidentally put a point in Vitality, Agility, which I don't, I just need to take Cull the Weak out of this deck. Cull the Weak is really not important anymore. On the one hero that it used to really benefit, the ADC, it, in my opinion, hurts them now because it's going to allow them to just push the lane faster. So I kind of see Cull the Weak just not being a card that's really worth anymore. Maybe late game it might make you clear waves just instantly, and if you have one extra point, like you're 14 points in, put Shatter Golem and Cull the Weak, yeah, maybe. But as of right now, I'm just, with this passive Cull the Weak, hey, that's plenty. But, yeah, again, we're here mid facing the Belica, and Belica's still a very strong hero. Now, I am going Death Knowledge, which I'm sure, y'all are like, hey, Pirate, why aren't you going with Stagnant Dominion? Which I guess I can't call it Stagnant Domination anymore because it definitely lost its dominating factor. The non-stacking slows nerf that card completely. Really, the only heroes that I can see benefit from that card anymore are heroes that have AoE or, like dot damage that doesn't apply a natural slow. So someone like Morgesh or maybe Zinx. But heroes with natural slows, it picks the best slow. So really, Gadget and Iggy aren't going to have that slow factor anymore. Now, Grux actually heads over, and I actually recorded this game, this was last week, so I'm definitely not used to his pull, but holy moly, his pull, guys. Like, he just pulls me right out of this tower. Like, I thought I was like, I'm safe back here, and I really thought I was out. I mean, y'all tell me, guys, like, I definitely thought I was out of that, but I still got pulled, and I end up getting my first death. I don't know if that red line is, just a, hey, this is where it is, or if they just haven't updated it, or, you know, there's an actual bug. But I don't know. I mean, even looking back at it at replay, you know, I'm like, hey man, I definitely thought I was out of that. But it is what it is. You know, I go down right there. It would have been nice to live, but it would also be nice to not get cheated. Well, I do head over to this Offlane, and, you know, I'm hoping to actually make something happen. You know, I didn't get to do what I wanted to do, but we are able to get a little damage on this twin. Hopefully that's enough to force him to back. But look, it does show up, but, you know, we're going to get out. Luckily, you know, that was a good rotation on her part. And, you know, forcing that twin to back, hopefully, you know, that alleviates some of this pressure. You know, I wasn't really coming over here to get the kill. You know, I was just coming over to help my team. We do have a Kallari off lane, and, you know, Kallari does need some help in that kind of early switching to mid-game area. She does need some rotation because she is still weak and she's not quite cranking out the damage like she will, you know, within another 4 or 5 minutes. So heading over there, you know, forcing a back just to help out my team, that's completely worth it. We do take some tower damage in mid, but, you know, again, that's quite alright. We are in a 5-stack, so, you know, having this communication is very, very helpful. And, again, we're able to kind of coordinate and work things out. Now, my mid tower is you know, you can see, it's taking a ton of damage, and that's, you know, it is what it is, guys. I've got to defend it the best that I can. The next hard push they get is probably going to, you know, create it to go down. So we definitely want to get some rotation over here and, you know, try to get it. Now, there still does head over, and you can see he ulted. You know, he was trying to take me out alone, and my Fang is able to, you know, dip out of the jungle and finish him off. But I do need to be careful, you know, so I'm still going to lazy back. I'm so bad at lazy backing, guys. But I'm still going to lazy back, and I end up, you know, getting out pretty safe. I really like that feature where you can see the enemy's head, you know, when or their photo when they're coming up behind you. You know, I do think it does take, you know, it seems like it's much harder to catch people off guard, but, you know, I used to say, oh man, you know, that's taking the skill out of, you know, having map awareness, things like that. But I gotta say, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I definitely was on the side of, you know, they're making it too easy. But I think I've finally, you know, I have come around on that factor. There are still a few things that I think they are making it too easy. But, you know, of course, that's my personal opinion. Now, from here, I'm going to head to our off lane. You know, Kallari is making a big push. So I'm thinking, hey, I might be able to head over there. We can get this Twin Blast shut down. You know, it's always great to shut down the ADC when you can. And, you know, that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, Steel does end up ulting. You know, that hurt. And that was really it for me. You know, I've got to get out. I have to get out. Basically, I came over to help out with the gank and end up just running away like a coward. And Kallari ends up going down as well, which, you know, that just wasn't worth. You know, that was a bad call on my part. And, you know, it is very tough when you have a hero that can CC that well. And since, you know, I'm kind of glass cannon build, you know, all I've got is my damage. And, you know, that's typically how you build Kallari as well, just pure glass cannon. But I've got to go over and get that off lane. You know, I did back. They are going to take our off lane, you know, in an 11-minute, 12-minute off lane. You know, that's pretty quick. But, hey, you know, it's quite all right. We'll be able to turn this around. We just need to play a little more cautiously. And this is one thing that, you know, can happen when you have that Kallari in that offlane position. You know, Kallari is a fairly weak hero, so she can't just bully the enemy lane like someone like Fang or Greystone or something like that. You know, she does have to be a little more cautious, and you do need some rotations and things like that. But, you know, we're kind of all getting used to this new update. Like I said earlier, this is a new, this was, you know, I recorded this probably, It was definitely the first week of version 44, but I would say probably like the third or fourth day. So, you know, we're still kind of getting used to everything. But, you know, hey, we're doing pretty good. We are currently losing the tower game, but we will be able to change that, and, you know, no problem. Now, I do end up picking up purple buff here. You know, Kalari was over there. She was about to grab it, but, you know, Kalari doesn't really need purple buff. She's kind of already got it. So, I am in comms with Fang. You know, again, we are in a 5-stack, so I tell Fang, hey, let's go in on this Bellico. There should be no problem with taking her out, and, you know, I'm just not going to risk it. I'm going to hit her with everything I got. Sure enough, we take her out. You know, Fang's able to get that execute and wrap up that kill. She might have got away, but I doubt it. You know, I had her with the bomb, but no big deal. Now we are getting collapsed on, so, you know, hey, it's time to get out, and I'm out of mana, so I'm just not going to risk it. Now, Fang's going to stay in on that tower, and this is going to require the enemy team to stay in on that tower, because he can get out, and I struggle at getting out, especially being out of mana. So that was a great play on his part. You know, he's able to distract them long enough for me to back safely, and that's exactly what you want from a teammate. And this also allows me to head back to base, put on Atomic Soldier, Advanced Evolution. You know, I still got a few levels that will definitely help, you know, rank me up and, you know, can heal me up with that Advanced Evolution. I like Atomic Soldier, of course, you know, it has that bonus damage. You know, it's a great card. And this is really going to allow me to start cranking out some damage. Now, we do end up getting a little bit of a team collapse over here in this Offlane, you know, Twin Blast and Steel, but they actually started dipping out before me and Murdoch could make it. And, you know, that Seek and Destroy just didn't quite go long enough. But with Kalari having her ult ready, you know, she was able to take out Twin. And, you know, this is a bad engagement. You know, everybody's kind of scattered out. And when that happens, when everybody kind of gets scattered like that, you've got all your squishy heroes on one side, and you've got, you know, your tank on the other side. That's just asking for, you know, a gank to happen. You know, Guruk's come over there, pull everybody, separate us all, and, you know, that would probably be a loss. So we just need to back off. On top of that, you know, our safe lane is being pushed, so I'm going to head over there and do everything that I can to save this tower. And, you know, sure enough, we do make it, and, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and ult, you know, throw my ult down, deal with all these minions, you know, hopefully zone Iggy out a little bit, and you can see I'm trying to get a little damage on him just so he backs off, and it really allows me to kind of change, you know, get this situated and allow my team to take, you know, Fangtooth or something like that. You can see our ADC and our support are over by Fangtooth, and, you know, we were kind of getting ready for it, but that Iggy rotating over, you know, it kind of spotted them, so it's going to make it much more difficult for us to actually secure that, but that's quite all right. We've got a pretty good team collapse right here, and, you know, maybe we can actually take something out, but I am getting low, so I got to be careful. I'm trying to stick that Bellica, but, man, I can't hit my stick. I can't hit my bombs lately. Like, I'm just bad, guys. Like, I'm so bad. Now, from here, my team's going to go ahead and secure Raptor, or Fang. But, you know, I don't need to be there. For one thing, I'm out of mana, and I'm half health. I don't need to be in that engagement. All it's going to do is kill me, and, you know, or maybe put me in a situation where someone ends up dying trying to save me. I don't need to do that. What I do need to do is head to the Offlane and actually get it set in the right direction. And, you know, you can see with that Advanced Evolution, I'm able to get a little bit of mana, and this is allowing me to, you know, actually push this lane and get it set in the right direction before I need to back. But I definitely don't want to go ahead and go forward with this lane because, you know, that's just putting me in a very bad situation. Now, at this point, I'm able to put on that Invader Mage. You know, I'm going to start hurting people, but we've got some presence in mid, and we need to get down there quickly. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just go in on this Iggy. You know, let's get this Iggy down. He doesn't have a whole lot of turrets set up. There's not a better time to take out an Iggy than when he doesn't have turrets set up. I'm able to get him with that final bomb, and, you know, sure enough, we take him out. Now, Kalari does end up going down to that Grux, but hey, we've got a pretty big team presence here. We should be able to make something else happen. And, you know, we're able to hit that Bellica, and you see the amount of damage we're doing with that Atomic Soldier and Invader Mage. You know, my bombs hurt. So we're able to take her out as well. But, you know, it's time to really force a lane, push a lane, do anything. We could stay in mid, but, you know, mid's going to be a standoff, and there's really no reason to get into that standoff like that because, yeah, you know, it's not really helping anyone, and it's much better to get another lane pushing. Now, from here, again, I'm just going to get this lane pushing in the other direction. I'm not really going to set it all that much. You can see Iggy's right there. He's going to deal with that, and I'm just going to head back to mid lane. Now, right now, I'm facing a Steel and a Bellica. That basically means if Steel ults me, I'm going to die because, you know, they've got 3 stuns, and they're going to be able to kill me by the time, you know, I get out of all 3 of those stuns. You know, I don't know. I could do the math and figure it out. I don't know the exact time, but that's probably 6 maybe seconds of being stunned, especially if they can bounce me off someone's head or things like that, and I get more stun time. So it's just not worth it. Stay away from Steel if you can, and, you know, it'll make your life much easier. Now, I'm just going to continue pushing this lane. You can see Iggy shows up, and while Iggy is a threat, if you just stay away from him, he's not horribly threatening. But, again, as soon as I see that Steel, throw that gate down, throw that Seek and Destroy, which slows down, and get out. I can still push up and, you know, do what I need to do. I just need to be careful of that Steel. Now, I want to keep up this mid lane pressure because my team is getting ready to do Fang. So I want to, you know, make sure the enemy knows where I am, keep up this pressure, you know, really just become a distraction. And, you know, if I can put pressure on this tower, you know, if I get Bellica to go, hey, you know, I need some help, this hero's, you know, oh, she's being so mean, that's fine, because that will allow us, boom, here we go, secured Fang, and Bellica was even on the wrong side, so she had no chance of stealing it. That's exactly what I want. Now, since my team just secured Fang, you know, it was a bad choice for Bellica to go in on me, because my team's right there, and you can see, you know, she did waste a little bit of mana, but it's really not that big of a deal at this point. You know, she probably has Mana Fountain. But, again, you know, with our team being at Fangtooth, you don't want to make that engagement because you know where the enemy is. You know, that was just a little bit of a misplay. And, you know, she did get me down pretty good. Without FaZe being here, I'd be a lot more hurt than I am. Now, we do continue to push this, and you can see I use my ultimate to zone the enemies out, and this allows us to kind of get some work done on that Iggy. You know, it probably wasn't the most perfectly placed ultimate, but if you saw, as soon as I put it up, the Bellica and Grux backed away, and Iggy was caught in that ultimate, allowing us to collapse on him a little bit. And that's exactly what a zoner does. You know, you create this zoning, this zone where it's dangerous for the enemies to be in. And, you know, hey, that was, like I said, it probably wasn't the best placed ultimate, but it did the trick and got him low. Now, we do actually get you know, we got a ton of damage there on both those heroes because, you know, that bomb was stuck on him. Kalari ended up getting that double kill, and, you know, hey, the damage that my bombs are doing is just insane right now. So, you know, that was great. We secured those kills with that bomb, and you know, that's perfect. Kalari gets the kills too, which makes it even better because she needs more farm than I do at this point, because, you know, her damage really comes from cards, and my damage comes from my kit. You know, right now, I've got a pretty good amount of card. You know, I've got Atomic Soldier, Shadow Dancer. I don't need a whole lot more cards, guys. You know, I'm hitting like a truck already. So, if you can give that farm to someone else, go for it. You know, especially if that other person is a basic damage hero, because they need farm way more than a caster does. Now, I am back in mid, you know, kind of doing my mid lane thing, and I do have Shadow Dancer now, like I said. Now, purple buff is there, and I tell Fang, dude, get it. You know, you get it, we'll kill somebody. I've got Shadow Dancer, we can definitely kill somebody. Now, Grux is over here. He doesn't know that Fang is invisible, but we're going to go ahead, take him out, and you can see the amount of damage that we do with that bomb. We just shred him. You know, Grux is a real threat right now. He does tons and tons of damage, and being able to actually take him out is huge. You know, he's kind of the engage, and he's also a huge damage dealer. So, again, removing him from the situation is absolutely critical. Even though, you know, he's not the best target you want to single out, when you have a collapse like that that's, you know, completely, a complete gank because everybody's invisible, is perfect time to take one of your biggest threats out. Now, my team ends up securing Fang, but, you know, we're all kind of going, hey, something's going on here. There's a lot of enemies missing. So I jump down and I actually see a little bit of a collapse at Prime, and I let everybody know, hey, we need to go for Prime right now. You know, unfortunately, you know, we have 2 people down. So, you know, it's critical that, you know, this is a great time for the enemy team to go for Prime, and it's a really bad time for us to lose Prime. But, you know, it's also a really bad time for us to lose a team fight. Sure enough, you know, them having 4 people with that great engaged stun, you know, they're able to take us out. But that does buy us enough time for Fang and Kallari to spawn back in. So it's now a 3v4. But we did save Prime, and that would have been critical. That might have been a game changer right there. And that's exactly what we wanted. We saved Prime. You know, we ended up sacrificing, you know, quite a bit of ADC and a mid laner, you know, the damage dealers. But we saved Prime. You know, in my opinion, it was probably worth. Now, after I spawn back in, you can see they've got some presence in mid, and I need to stop this. So, you know, hey, I'm going Viz, Twin gets a little overextended, boom, we're going to take him out. I use everything I got on him. You know, that was probably way overkill, and we didn't need to do that. You know, but I want to make sure Twin goes down. And Grux, you know, Grux gets caught out. They definitely weren't expecting me. You know, Shadow Dancer's such a good card. You know, I borderline think it's broken. But taking that out, you know, we end up getting 3 kills there. It's Prime time. You know, with Kallari pushing that off lane, you know, she's actually able to take out an inhib, and we're about to get Prime. You know, this is going to be you know, we turn that around by not allowing them to have Prime. You know, that created this opportunity for us, and you know, it could have possibly won the game for us if they would have got Prime. Like I said earlier, it would have been a huge game changer. Now, before our team could even get up to the lane, our Kallari was able to take out 2 inhibs. You know, professional noobs doing just a great job. And, you know, hey, that's great. We're working as a team. We're taking these objectives. Like I said, you know, Kallari is a later game hero, and you can see at the beginning of the game, she struggled a little bit. And then now, you know, she's absolutely dominating. That's why I've said in that Kallari guide that I made, you know, you have to think of her kind of like a carry. And Professional Dude did a great job of that. But with us still having Prime, you know, I'm able to get that stick on to Twin Blast. We're able to take him out as well. I end up go ahead and use that invis, you know, and kind of keep looking for a kill. I end up sticking the wrong hero there, but, you know, no problem at all. We end up taking out Steel, take out Grux, take out their last inhib. You know, with a team wipe, 3 inhibs down, there's no reason we shouldn't just end this. Well, that's going to wrap it up, guys. This was an absolute fun match. You know, I am kind of tired of seeing, you know, the same handful of heroes, the same cards, the same everything. Hopefully, we will see some changes in the future, and it's nice to play Gadget without that Order deck. But again, you know, Order's really no longer viable anymore for her. So, it is what it is, guys. But it was definitely a fun match, and I kind of think this is more a better deck for Gadget than that Order, you know, used to be. Well, that's going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy, show me some love. Leave me a comment. Think about subscribing. Join our Discord if you haven't done it. So, you know, I've got that tournament going on, and, you know, our community's getting bigger every day. So there's a ton of people that'd love to play with you, too. And, as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.